all points West, all points Welsh, all points etc. Wherever you're joining us, welcome this afternoon. Hope you're going to enjoy this session from Neil. He can certainly talk, and Neil, as you're going to find out in a moment. Which is true. I'll just start with my normal housekeeping. Forgive me if you've joined one of these before, but if you could just mute your microphones, it helps Neil during his presentation much easier for everybody else. So if you don't know how to do it, just tap the screen and hit the microphone, and that will then mute it, and you'll see a red line go through it. Secondly, as I always mention, this session is run particularly for you. Not for Neil, not for me, it's run for you. So if there's any questions that you have whatsoever during Neil's presentation, anything he doesn't talk about that you'd like answered, then please do tap your screen again, click the chat facility and type your question in there, and I will pick all of those questions up with Neil at the end of the session. So you've obviously joined today for this presentation on celebrity. I have to admit to being a fan. I've been lucky to go on board Apex, which was fantastic. Neil will undoubtedly talk a lot about it during his presentation, but the ships are superb in quality, and if you're going to cruise, nothing could be better in my eyes. But anyway, I won't spill any of Neil's thunder. I will pass over to him, but like I say, please ask away any questions you might have, and we'll pick them up at the end of the session. So Neil, over to you.
Okay, thanks, Miles, and thanks for that brand endorsement. I thought for a minute you were going to take the presentation off me and deliver it yourself, but
I happily could.
Well, listen, good afternoon, everybody. It's absolutely wonderful to be able to join Miles and yourselves this afternoon, albeit virtually, in the new virtual world that we're in. Yeah, hopefully,
just get full.
Hopefully over the next 45 minutes, I can sort of really enlighten you into the brand of Celebrity Cruises. And yeah, if you've got any questions, then obviously please pop them in the chat box. And yeah, so it's going to be a great 45 minutes or so. We're absolutely delighted to be here supporting the Miles Morgan Travel Group. So we work very, very closely with Miles and the team, and they are one of our preferred travel partners. So yeah, so we're very pleased to be here today. So okay, so let's roll the camera. So Celebrity Cruises, we exist because we absolutely believe in opening up the world to our guests. Now, we know that's a bit of a challenge at the moment with everything that's been going on, but we've been really using the downtime where we've not been sailing to really focus on the brand and what we do. And we know that we all love to travel, and most probably more now than ever, because it's something that's been taken away from us for a short space of time. But from a celebrity point of view, we more than ever want to expand people's horizons and experiences by opening up the world through Celebrity Cruises. So sail beyond with the best new luxury cruise line. So we've got 13 ships in the fleet, from 100 passengers in the Galapagos to our new iconic Edge series of ships. We've also got 3 ships on order that are due to be delivered over the next 4 years. And as a brand, we've visited 7 continents and over 300 destinations. So we've also been recognized as the best from a brand point of view. And I've just pulled together some of the great awards that we have won. So winners of 9 awards through Cruise Critic and Cruise Choice. So I know this is always a portal that the cruisers go to look at for reviews and recommendations. Ocean View Cruise Liner of the Year at the Travel Awards in 2019. Celebrity Edge was named the best new ship for 2018, and she actually won that award before the ship was even launched. And then Best Premium Cruise Line and Best Use of Technology for the Wave Awards in 2019. So all good testament to the brand and what we offer our guests. And how do we do that? So we do that through our pillars, and our pillars are really focused on what travelers want most. So destination, design delivery, world-class accommodation, culinary experiences, and holistic wellness, all things that people want out of their cruises. So when we're talking about destination, a really big reason why people cruise. So we continue to open up the world for our customers. We've got curated tours and private journey tours as well. When we talk about the design, we actually work with some of the world's leading architects, or people like Kelly Hoppen from a design point of view, creating these beautiful modern luxury ships for you to sail on. From an accommodation point of view, we have the retreat for our suite class guests, which is all suites, all exclusive. And I think when we talk about holistic and wellness, this has most probably never been at the forefront of people's minds as much as it is today. So we've got cutting edge treatments, we've got spa inspired staterooms, and lots more to offer our guests. And then the brand positioning. So where does celebrity fit? So again, this is something that we've been doing while we've been paused. So we've done a lot of work with our trade partners and our direct guests of what they want from the brand. And so with all this in mind and all the hard work that we've done, we're thrilled to announce that a new kind of luxury is here. And this is a modern approach, simplifying luxury with everything included, and taking celebrity to the next level. And as we go through the next slides, I think this will become a little bit more clear for you. So we've got some great partners that we are working with. So the big one is the Forbes travel guide. So we've got a fleet-wide partnership with Forbes, and we're the only cruise line to be credited by the Forbes travel guide. Now, if you don't know an awful lot about Forbes, Forbes is the only independent global rating system for luxury hotels, restaurants, and spas in the world. And Celebrity Cruises, as I said, is the only cruise line to be credited by Forbes. We were credited in 2020. And I'm pleased to say that we've got that credibility for 2021 as well, which is great news. So Daniel Blood, going back to our pillars of culinary. So we work really closely with Danielle, and we've also got our Michelin star chef, Cornelius Gallagher. And they do an incredible chef's table experience from a dining experience. So some great partners there as well. And this is something that we started just before the pandemic hit, which was with the American Ballet Theatre. So something a little bit different from an entertainment point of view. So we had a selection of cruises where the American Ballet Theatre Company were actually going to be performing on our ships in the theatre. And one of those was going to be on Silhouette out of Southampton. Unfortunately, this didn't happen because of the pandemic, but it's something that we are continuing as we go into 2022. So you will see a lot more about the American Ballet Theatre Company and Celebrity Cruises as we move forward. And as everybody, we're all committed to the environment. So there's some great stuff there around 100% repurposed waste, the fact that Solstice was an industry first with solar power technology. So everything that we do has got the environment at the center of our heart. And I think most probably everybody will be wanting to ask a question regarding this, which is our healthy return to service. And it would have been remiss of me not to touch on this today. So for the last 12 months, we've had a team of top medical experts and scientific experts working with the brand, RCCL as a group, on our healthy return to service, ensuring our ships sail with healthy guests and crew. So it's all about the prevention. So what do we need to put in place before people board? The mitigation of, what do we need to do to limit the spread of infections on board? Destinations is why everybody cruises. So we still want to offer those amazing destinations. So we've been working really closely with the port authorities and the government. The mobilization of how do we deal with something if there is an outbreak, and how do we support any guests where they need to get home before the cruise finishes, and the whole validation piece of how this all works together. So we could most probably talk about this for most probably an hour or so, but It is a moving target, as you know, with the vaccine, things are improving all the time. So as it looked 6 months ago, it's most probably a very different piece of work that we're doing. But I just wanted to assure you that we're absolutely doing everything in the background for our ships to sail healthily for both our guests and our crew. And then the fleet. So as I said, we've got 13 ships in the fleet, and I just wanted to share some lovely footage on this video of our Edge series of ships. And as Miles said, Miles joined us on board Celebrity Edge, and I'm sure he'll talk to you about it in the Q&A at the end. But to say he was impressed was a bit of an understatement, but she is absolutely beautiful. So let me just show you a little bit of our Edge series of ships. So as you can see, that was most probably the quickest ship tour ever, but it pretty much showcased all of the great areas of our Edge series of ships. And these ships are transformational. These have changed the way the cruise industry looks at the cruise ships. And one of the big features on there is the infinite stateroom. So you most probably noticed in the video, with the press of a button, the lower part of the glass window drops down and creates a balcony, and the whole room then becomes your veranda. So these are absolutely beautiful staterooms with state-of-art technology when it comes to the lighting and air conditioning, and you can actually operate everything from the app on your phone, including the window blind, which is just absolutely fantastic. They're 201 square foot in cabin size and a 42 square foot balcony size. There's the opportunity for connecting cabins for families, and they're 23% larger than all of the standard balcony cabins that we offer and the design of them are absolutely beautiful. And again, designed by the wonderful Kelly Hoppen. And then one of my favorite outdoor areas is the magic carpet. So this was featured quite a bit in that video. So this is just an incredible venue where you can drink and dine and soar above the sea on the iconic magic carpet. So when the magic carpet is on deck 16, it becomes a dining experience with dinner on the edge, which is an alfresco dining experience as you're sailing from one destination to the other. It's a 7-course dining menu, and it forms part of our specialty dining. And I have been lucky enough to experience that while on my holiday back, not last year, but the year before, November 2019, on board Celebrity Edge. And I've got to say, it was one of the most incredible dining experience I've ever had. And we were sailing between Aruba and Bonaire, and it was the most incredible sunset, and it was just a magical experience. Then on deck 14, it becomes an extension of the pool area. So it becomes a lovely lounge seating area, but still close to the pool area for all the fun and activities. And then when it drops down to deck 5, it becomes an extension of one of our other specialty restaurants called Raw on 5, serving crafted cocktails, sushi, and seafood. And again, wonderful views out over the ocean as the ship is sailing from one destination to the other. But the whole reason why we designed the magic carpet was initially to have a seamless approach to tendering our guests ashore when we needed to. So when it goes down to deck 2, it becomes an extension of the lower deck. We have actually got our own tender boats, which are called edge launchers. So normally, when you tender off the ship, you go down a staircase onto a floating platform and then onto a tender. With the magic carpet, you just walk off the side of the ship onto this huge floating platform that is the size of a tennis court, and the tender boats actually lock onto the side of the magic carpet. So you're literally just one step and you're on the tender, which is absolutely amazing. And then we've got our wonderful resort deck, which has got some incredible features designed by Tom Wright. He also designed the magic carpet. So this was a first for Tom Wright to be designing for a cruise ship, because he normally designs hotels, and he was one of the key architects in designing the Burj Al Arab Hotel in Dubai. So as you can see, we've got the martini-shaped hot tubs, and we've also got a 25-yard lap pool, which is just absolutely great, and some beautiful sunken sun lounger furniture in the pool area as well as these gorgeous cabana areas for sitting and chilling. And then when we get to the spa, as we said, it's really, really important to people for relaxation and well-being now more than ever. So we've got some great innovative programs on board, such as Peloton and bungee classes. And for the ladies, you can get glammed up in the Kerastars Institute for our evening chic. But not forgetting the gentlemen among you, we've got the Barber Shop, where you can get a traditional hot shave and a fresh cut. And we'll even serve you a beer while you're in there getting that done. So how's that for you? And then one of my favorite indoor spaces, because this is the heartbeat of the ship, is the Grand Plaza. It is absolutely breathtaking. It spans over the 3 decks in the middle of the ship. We've got our incredible, famous martini bar, and above it, this incredible chandelier art piece of artwork where we do this amazing light and flare bartender show every evening. The great thing about this is you've got live entertainment. And if you don't want to be in the thick of the martini bar, then we've got the Cafe Al Bascio and some of our beautiful specialty restaurants that actually overlook the Grand Plaza. So it's quite easy to take a step back and just watch what's going on. But it doesn't stop there. So when we launched the Edge series of ships in 2018, we thought, wouldn't it be wonderful if we took every ship in the fleet to the Edge? And that is pretty much what we've done. So we've invested over $500 million in revolutionizing the existing ships in the fleet. So that is our Millennium class ships and our Solstice class ships. So as we revolutionize these ships, we're introducing the retreat sun deck to all of the ships, and all of the staterooms are being refurbished, and as are the public areas. So we've got some great new accommodation. So I'm just giving you an idea of what the new revolutionized standard staterooms look like on the Millennium class and the Solstice class. And this is some of the great work that we've done with the before and after. So as you can see, on the left-hand side, a very traditional looking lounge, where on the right-hand side, it's been fully revolutionized, very modern, very light, very airy, with lots of nice natural and soft tones in the color scheme. And the same with the dining room. We've transformed all the mahogany and we've given it a much lighter, brighter look with all new lighting and new furniture. So we really have taken every ship in the fleet to the edge. And then Celebrity Silhouette, which is our ship that's based out of Southampton. So she's one of our Solstice class ships that's famous for the half an acre of real grass lawn up on the top deck. Again, this ship went through the revolution just before we paused our sailings back last year. So she's had the new movie screen fitted on the Lawn Club, where we can showcase some concerts and some music events. We've got upgraded cabanas. You've got that beautiful seating area that goes right the way around the side of the ship to the sunset bar at the back. So this is a really great ship for sitting and enjoying all of the wonderful outdoor spaces and taking in the great views. And it doesn't stop there. So the interior spaces have all been refurbished and revolutionized as well. So this is the Sky Lounge right at the front of the ship, which, as you can see, beautiful tones, lovely high ceilings, and again, panoramic views out over the ocean. And then a couple of areas. So we've got the central bar and the library there. And not forgetting the Sunset Bar, which is a great place to grab a cocktail when you're sailing away to your next destination. And then I've got a short video just on Silhouette, so you can see exactly what we've done with the Revolution. So that's the revolutionized Celebrity Silhouette, and I'm sure you'll agree she looks absolutely beautiful. But for the luxury lovers among you, when it comes to new luxury, more is definitely more. So for our suite class guests, they get access to all of the retreat facilities. So they get their own private sun deck, they get their own private retreat lounge with 24-hour concierge, and they've also got their own speciality restaurant called Lumine. So all suites, all exclusive, always included. And this is the iconic suite on board Celebrity Edge. So this is a 2-bedroomed suite with the most incredible views out over the front of the ship. So the two of them are positioned right at the very, very front. And it's said that if you're staying in the iconic suite, you've actually got a better view than what the captain has, because they sit right above the bridge with floor-to-ceiling glass windows and panoramic views right the way around. So as you can see, absolutely beautiful. This is one of my favorites. So this is the Edge Villa. So this is a first for Celebrity Cruises. This spans over 2 decks, and it even has its own plunge pool on the balcony. And you also get direct access from the Edge Villa out into the retreat sun deck area, which is a great benefit. And this is one of the revolutionized suites on board Celebrity Millennium. So that's the Celebrity suite there, as you can see, beautiful tones and colors. And I just wanted a highlight of where we sit in the luxury market. So luxury all-inclusive hotels, luxury ships that are under 300 passengers and luxury ships that are over 300, and then celebrity cruises, the retreat always included. And I think you can see we're absolutely walking the talk there with the facilities that we offer. So private balcony, personalized butler service in every suite, onboard tips are included, multiple dining venues are available, 24-hour in-suite dining, premium drinks included, entertainment and Wi-Fi. And we've got entertainment down there because on some of these smaller ships, they've not got the facility. So I think that is the beauty of the retreat on board a celebrity cruise ship. It's like a ship within a ship experience. So you've got the exclusivity of the retreat, but if you fancy going outside of that, you've still got all the facilities that you'd expect on an ocean cruise liner. And then I'm just going to share with you our campaign, because this is something that we've changed while we've been paused as well. And we know that when you're looking for a cruise, it's sometimes not easy because the offer only applies to certain ships at certain times of the year. And sometimes it only applies to certain categories and it doesn't always apply to every single guest. So let's just take a look at what we've decided to do at Celebrity Cruises.
Booking most cruises could be complicated. Limited time promotions that only apply sometimes on some rooms to some places. But this isn't most cruises. This is Celebrity Cruises. And we think cruising shouldn't be confusing. That's why drinks, Wi-Fi and tips are now always included. Every sailing, every room, every time. Always included. Celebrity Cruises.
And if I'm honest, there's not a lot more to say about that because it pretty much does what it says on the tin. So every guest, every ship, every sailing, every category, drinks, tips and Wi-Fi are included for everybody, which does make it so much easier. Now, the drinks choice is extensive, so it's not just about the alcoholic drinks and the beers. We've got a huge selection of non-alcoholic beers, wines, specialty teas and coffees, vitamin waters, soft drinks, juices, mineral waters. So the choice is endless. But the feedback we're getting on the always included proposition is great because it's given simplicity, it's given inclusion, and people don't have to worry about anything when they're on board because we've taken care of it all. And then I just wanted to touch on deployment because obviously destination is a big area of why people cruise. And Europe is a big focus for us. So for 2022, we've now got 6 ships scheduled to sail in Europe. So we've got Apex, Edge, Reflection, Silhouette, Constellation, and Infinity. We'll be visiting 26 countries. We've got 2 new destinations. We've got overnight stays, and we've got more 7-night cruises than ever before. But the good news is we've got some brilliant overnights. So Iceland, Bordeaux, Istanbul in Turkey with the overnight stays, Jerusalem, Lisbon and Porto in Portugal, obviously St. Petersburg for our Scandinavia sailings, and Venice as well. So some great product there. So Celebrity Silhouette that you saw in the Revolution video, that will be based in Southampton. Hopefully she will be joining us in 2021 at some point, but definitely for 2022. And she's been doing more sailings than ever before. So she does Ireland and Iceland, Russia, Scandinavia, the fjords, then the Mediterranean during the summer. We've got some short 7- and 8-night cruises down to Lisbon and Porto in Portugal, and then Canary Islands towards the end of the year. Celebrity Apex will be the first Edge series of ships to be based in Northern Europe. So she will be based in Amsterdam, and she will be doing Norwegian fjords and Scandinavia and St. Petersburg. So again, short flight over to Amsterdam, but the opportunity to sail on the brand new Celebrity Apex. Reflection will be doing 11-night Greek islands with an overnight in Istanbul, and then a 10-night beautiful itinerary that takes in Italy, Croatia, and some of the Greek islands. So some really lovely itineraries on there. And then Constellation and Infinity, they tend to do anything from 7 to 11 nights. These ships are slightly smaller, so they're a bit more port intense. So you may only get 1 day at sea on these, and they tend to do a lot of the Croatia, Italy, and Greek island sailings as well. So some great destinations covered in the Mediterranean. So pretty much wherever you're looking at going in Europe, we've got a ship there that will be doing it at some point during 2022. And then not forgetting the rest of the world. So our Asia program is on sale up until April 2023. Oh, what's happened there? Excuse me. We've gone back to the beginning. How did that happen? There you go. Sorry about that. So our Asia program is on sale up until April 2023, as is our exotics. So our South Pacifics and Australia and New Zealand cruises that are very, very popular at the moment. South America until April 2023. So Buenos Aires, Rio de Janeiro, as well as sailings down to Antarctica. Alaska is fully open for sale for 2022, as is the Caribbean. We've also got Panama Canals, Canada and New England, Bermuda cruises. So our sailing program is now fully on sale up until April 2023, which is great news. And that was the presentation. So, Miles, are you still there?
Oh, I'm still here, listening away. So I haven't seen any questions. I haven't seen any questions yet. So you've done quite well. So please do type away. I think it's fair to say that every cruise line, in fact, you know, in the travel industry, most companies like to brag that they're the only people that have got this or the only people that have got that. But having been on the ship, it's fair to say that those infinity balconies are amazing. If you think about it, it's such a simple idea, and you think, well, why hasn't somebody done that before? But they haven't, and it is so incredibly clever. I had one of those balcony cabins that had that, and it's just a brilliant thing, Neil, isn't it? It's fantastic.
Yeah, because I think what you find is when you've shut the balcony door, that's dead space, isn't there? So, but the fact that the balcony is literally in the room, so when you do gain that extra space when you're not using the balcony, which is great. And I just love the fact that there was no curtains and there was just a blind, and you just press the button and the blind sort of came up and down, and the app is brilliant, so you can switch the lights on and off and change the light settings and air conditioning. And
I think
really successful.
That innovation that you've got there, for me, almost sums up Celebrity. You know, is it the flashiest idea ever? No, it's not. Is it totally focused around customers and giving customers a really great experience? Yes, it is. And that, you know, that for me is what Celebrity is all about. You're not a flash, brash cruise line by any shape. You just offer really good cruise experiences for customers, focused on the right bits, you know, the food, the ambience on board. It's that sort of stuff. You've got some questions. Let's hope there's some tricky ones in here for you.
Okay.
How many passengers generally do you take, and what's the ratio of staff to passengers? Good question.
Okay. So depending on the size of the ship, so by today's standards, a large cruise ship is most probably, you're talking about 5,000 and 5,500. At Celebrity Cruises, because we do the luxury piece and we want to do it very, very well, we don't go into that large ship sort of experience of thousands and thousands and thousands of guests. So on Celebrity Edge and Celebrity Apex, so they are the largest ships that we have in the fleet, you're looking at 2,900 guests. If you're on a Solstice class ship, they are 2,800. They are slightly smaller. And if you're looking at our Millennium class ships that are 90,000 tons, you're looking at about 1,900 to 2,000 guests. Guests crew ratio. So for every 2 guests, we have 1 crew member.
Pretty impressive. I think you can almost take from that the fact that this isn't a small ship like a Silver Sea or something like that. It's certainly not a P&O with 5,500. It's something between the two that offers the quality at that top Silver Sea region end, but offers a lot more facilities on board because the ships are slightly bigger. And so you've almost got the best of both worlds with that sort of thing, I think.
I think the one thing that is definitely working in our favour as we look at return to service as well, Miles, is that we are renowned for guest space ratio. And we do have a high percentage of that. So when you look at some ships of similar sizes, that there are some that carry a lot more guests than what we do. So yeah, so there's a lot of focus on that at the moment as well. So yeah.
Okay. Another question. Your standard cabins, do they have decent sized windows, or have you got smaller cabins that don't? What's the sort of standard thing at the entry level?
We don't offer we don't have portholes as in the traditional small round windows. If you're taking an ocean view stateroom and you are on a Solstice class ship or an Edge series of ship, it tends to be a square window and it's of a decent size. I would say it's most probably 2 foot by maybe 4 or 2.5 foot by 4. On the Millennium class ships, they have a picture window, which is a round window, but it's a very large round window. So, but we don't have anything that just has that small traditional porthole. It's a picture window in all ocean views. And then obviously all of our balcony staterooms have got floor to ceiling sliding doors, with the exception of the infinite verandas, which obviously you just press the button and the balcony gets created from within the room.
Okay, quick one you'll be able to knock off. Are drinks available free all day?
Absolutely. There is no restrictions with our drinks package. Yeah, you can buy a drink anywhere at any time during the day. There is no restrictions of only 10 or 15 drinks a day. It also includes specialty teas and coffees, bottles of mineral water when you're leaving the ship for the day. It's all premium branded spirits. All the cocktails are included, huge selections of wines, Proseccos, and beers, as well as craft beer. So it's not just draft beer. We also include a large selection of bottled beer as part of the drinks package as well. So it is an absolute great package to have while you're on board. But yeah, no restrictions. As long as you're standing, we will serve you.
Yeah, and it's an interesting point, actually. I mean, unlike some other cruise lines, you don't have to have restrictions like that, because the sort of passengers that are attracted to celebrity
clientele, yeah, the type of customers that we have
are the people where you don't need to bring that sort of stuff in place. Now, really good question here, and one often asked by people: how many single cabins do you have on the ships, and what sort of single supplements apply?
Okay, so singles is not a big area that we do play in. I will be totally honest with you. However, on Silhouette, we've got some single interior staterooms. There's 8 in total. They're slightly smaller than the standard stateroom, and they come with a 3/4 size bed, but they've got all the facilities. I think the pricing on that is plus 50%. So normally you would pay the double occupancy, and I think that the supplement is about 50% extra. And then on Celebrity Edge and Celebrity Apex, we have single infinite veranda staterooms, and they are about 170% single occupancy. So you pay an extra 70 on that. So, but they would be the only ships that we would have the single staterooms for. All the others, it would be then a standard stateroom for double occupancy.
Okay. Good question again. Baths on board in cabins. Do you have them? Which grades?
Suites and above, all suites.
So not in balconies?
No, every stateroom from an interior to aqua class balcony is all shower. and it's only the suites where you get the bathtub.
Okay. Oh, there's one I can answer for a change here. That's quite good. Can't tell from the pictures how much space there is for walking and whether there's plenty of space and you won't be overrun by people. I'll answer that one rather than Neil, and I'll say, having been on board, there is plenty of space. It's not a ship that crams people on and not a cruise line that crams people on. So loads of space, and you can get yourself a peaceful spot on board one of their ships without a shadow of a doubt. Disabled, another question.
Just to add sort of on that one as well, Miles, is what you tend to find with Celebrity. Number one, we've already spoke about the guest space ratio, but we've got lots of other outdoor space areas on board the ship apart from the pool area. So we've got the half an acre of real grass. We've got the sunset bar, which has got all beautiful furniture and sofas. We've got like the magic carpet on board Celebrity Edge, the rooftop garden terrace. So not everybody wants to sit in the sun around the pool. Some people are quite happy to sit in a nice comfortable chair with a glass of wine, a gin and tonic, and they book and get away from those busy spaces. That is something you can absolutely do on a Celebrity cruise.
You were clearly watching me on board then.
Yeah.
that would be me in that sunset bar, I think.
Yeah.
Disabled is a question we're often asked about. So disabled cabins on board, bringing mobility scooters on board. Where's Celebrity on that?
So we have accessible staterooms all the way from interior up to suites. So there is no issue with that. Anybody that's wanting to take a mobility scooter on board, we just ask them to contact our special services department, because there is a restriction on the amount of scooters that we can allow on board. That's mainly aimed at the Southampton sailings, because obviously it's a lot easier with the no-fly option. But yeah, we do accommodate them on board. So we just ask that you liaise with our special services department on that as regards the scooters. But from an accessible stateroom, you can have any category that you like.
Okay. This is a great one for you now. Gary, this is the question everybody wants to ask, Gary. So what COVID measures do you think will be in place when cruising restarts in 2021-22, i.e. mask wearing, etc.?
To be honest with you, I could say something today, and by tomorrow that would be completely changed. If I'm truly honest with you, I don't know, because it is a piece of work that is being worked through at the moment, and it is literally changing day by day by day. Most probably when the ships do start sailing, they won't be sailing on full capacity. And it depends on how the whole vaccine piece goes, whether or not it will be you can cruise, but you can only go if you've had a vaccine. There's lots of questions out there at the moment, but at the moment as a business, we've not got to that point where we've got those confirmed sort of details to share. But I can assure you, as soon as we do, we will be letting people know exactly what the protocols are going to be. But it's a really difficult one at the moment because of the speed of the vaccine.
Yeah, I think one thing that's changed, and actually changed this week, is we have had the green light for the first cruises that will definitely be running this year, which is a delight. They're going to be sailing around the UK. And so that's, if you like, the first insight we've got into what people might be doing. And so some of the announcements today have talked about proof of vaccine being required to get on board. So that's one thing that we've already seen. Mask wearing has been mentioned in their publicity material around it. But I think, to be frank with you, they're hedging their bets because they haven't put much detail on it. They've put where appropriate, which basically means we'll decide a bit closer to the date what we're going to do. And I think, Neil's answer is right. It's probably too early to call exactly what it'll be. But we are starting to see a bit more fact coming now as we've got cruises that are definitely going to be running. So it's going to be quite exciting to see what's going to happen. But certainly the early signs are that a vaccination, whether it's passport, but confirmation would probably be the best word I could use. Looks like it's going to be required by a number of ships for sure. I think you've done very well, Neil.
Wow.
One thing I did want to mention that that's actually on that slide that you've got at the moment, that questions and answer slide, is the magic carpet, which if I'm perfectly honest, I knew all about it before I boarded your ship, and I thought, it's just a gimmick. You know, it's just a gimmick. There's not much use to it. It's just a gimmick to get them publicity. But having A, seen it, B, had a drink in it, and C, disembarked from it, I can see exactly why. Actually, it's a really good addition to the ship.
Yeah, yeah. The tendering is just seamless. It's absolutely fantastic.
And it isn't on every vessel that you can quietly have a drink and you can bob yourself back and two up the decks. It's the most amazing experience. It's tremendous.
Good.
So I don't think you've got any more questions. So you've done very well, Neil. Congratulations.
Okay.
And you managed to answer them all as well. So thank you, Neil, for. Oh no, we have got another question. Sorry. And it's a good one as well. Extra charges for specialty restaurants.
Okay.
Is a great question.
Okay, so our specialty restaurants cover charges range anything between $40 and $55, with the exception of dinner on the edge, which is $90, which does sound an awful lot, but as I said, I've done it myself and it was worth every single penny. It was 7 courses. And it was all about the experience of where you were dining. We also do specialty dining packages as well that you can purchase via Cruise Personalizer before you sail. And I think if you bought a 3-restaurant package, a 4-restaurant package, you save about 25%. So you get 4 restaurants pretty much for the price of 3 if you're buying it on a package. So it is slightly cheaper. Or you can just make reservations and pay for specialty dining as and when you feel like it on board.
As the sort of independent here, the independent travel agent, my advice to a customer would always be to do the package that Neil just talked about, because it saves you money.
Yeah.
Equally, you don't want to dial in the specialty restaurants generally every night. You want to make them a special occasion during the course of maybe a 7-night cruise. And of course, the main dining room, the quality of the food in the main dining room is exceptional anyway. So it's really just for a different dining experience. So booking one of those 3 or 4 nighters is probably the way to go and will save you money at the same time.
Yeah, and I think if customers are looking at the Edge series ships as well, so there is no main dining room. That has been carved up into 4 very distinctive restaurants with different menus. So you've already got 4 venues
choice
from there as well, which is absolutely great.
Okay, well, Neil, thank you very much indeed for your time this afternoon.
That's
really
okay.
informative. Hope everybody enjoyed it. If you have any further questions that you've got for Neil or for any of my staff, please get in contact with them. If you want any availability checked on any of Neil's ships, equally, just get in touch with your local shop and we'd be delighted to help you. But in the meantime, Neil, thank you very much for your time and thank you everybody for joining.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Mike. Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody.